this live training where we are talking about how to get strong and fit and healthy and body confident as a woman, because our bodies work completely differently to men, and here's why. Now, we have a menstrual cycle, right? So we have a period that comes once a month, but this affects so much. It affects our hormones, it affects our energy levels, it affects how our body looks during every single week and which is essentially every single stage of your menstrual cycle. And that is so incredibly important, because all those training programs that talk about that are 6 weeks, 8 weeks, 12 weeks, etc., that give you your food plan, so your nutrition plan, plus your designated exercises for that time. By the way, let me know if you can hear me. They won't necessarily work for you because they're not based on cyclical training. Now, cyclical training is basically refers to training around the different stages and different phases of your menstrual cycle. Now, let me go through them. So if you're new to this, and if you're new to working out, you're a beginner, gym girl, workout girl, then stay tuned, grab a pen and paper, or listen to this again, because this is going to help you so much. This completely accelerated my results, and I literally gained 6 kgs of muscle, and I'm vegan, like completely vegan, in 7 months. So my body completely transformed. I've got curves, I've got a booty, I've got muscle mass now, when I was incredibly skinny before. So I was 39 kg, which is exceptionally light. I don't know how many pounds that is. I can't remember. And then now I'm 45, 46 kg, depending upon the day. This is the secret that literally helped everything. Now, so in your menstrual cycle, you have 4 phases. And to make it really simple and easy for you to understand, by the way, drop me an emoji if you can hear this, because I'm not sure if my mic is working. It looks like it is. Yes, it looks like it is. All right. Your 4 stages. So your first stage is, and I'm going to explain it in terms of seasons. So you know our 4 seasons: summer, autumn, winter, spring. Imagine that our bodies are in alignment with these seasons every single month. So your summer season is like sexy girl summer season, right? So your summer season is when you're in ovulation, and your summer season is when you're the strongest. So ideally, this is when you want to be pushing the heaviest weight so you can get as strong as possible. You can go for your personal best, and this is when you're going to have the most amount of energy. So physically, socially, you're able to eat and drink lots of cold things, smoothies, salads, etc. And you're going to be a lot more hornier, because this is when your body is like, oh my god, yes, fertilize me, let's go have sex. So good thing to remember is, don't swipe on apps when you're in your summer ovulation phase, because you're probably not going to make the best decisions, because it's being driven by your body. The second stage, so summer, autumn. Now, autumn is just before your period. Autumn is when you're just like, oh my god, I'm so incredibly tired, and it just like it hits you. So this is going to make exercising, thank you for the emojis, this is going to make exercising, working out in the gym, getting the heavier weights, doing your strength training more challenging, because your body is literally trying to go into more of like shutdown, hibernation, focus mode, preparing you to have your period. So in this autumn phase, it's normal to be a lot more tired. This is when your PMS symptoms can start to hit. And this is when ideally you want to still be exercising. Like ideally you want to be active every single day. You want to be doing some form of exercise every single day for the endorphins, for the actual ensuring that you're looking after your body, so you're feeling really good. But it's also so incredibly important that you're listening to and you're working in alignment with your menstrual cycle and with your body's natural rhythm and your energetic rhythm and cycle. So in the autumn stage, we want to be slowing down the workouts. If you still want to be strength training, like I still strength train in the gym, that I do weights that are less heavier. I don't go really, really hard, because if you go really, really hard during this period, then you're increasing your stress, so you're increasing your cortisol in your body, and if you're trying to lose weight, that can actually make you hang on to the weight, which is huge, right? And it can also mean that during your period and when you're PMSing, so just before your period, your symptoms are worse. So you're having more period cramps, your period's going to be maybe a lot heavier and a lot more painful. I used to have diarrhea, vomiting from the pain, which is awful, really, really bad cramps, and my periods were longer because I had a lot more stress and cortisol through my body. So now I slow the training down. Then winter period. So winter is essentially your menstrual cycle period. So that's when you're actually bleeding. Now, it's still important that we are active during this phase, that we're actually, sorry, excuse me, that we're still exercising. But this is typically where you can do different exercises for your body. So I personally, like, I will skate a lot more. I will do a lot more walking. So I'm still using my body. Sometimes I'll hit the gym, but I'll make sure that I'm doing very, very, very light weights, right? And this is ensuring that you're still getting the movement. If you're really, really focused on transforming your body, you can still do your program, but at a lot toned down way. And maybe you can do different exercises that activate different muscles. So I remember, so my last period, and this was the first period ever that I didn't have any period cramps whatsoever in my entire life. I've always had really, really bad period pain. I was at a stage where my periods were going for months. And then also I would have about 10 days of bleeding with really heavy cramps, and where I would like be in a fetal position, and it was horrible. Now I've gotten to a stage where I've regulated everything, regulated my hormones. So that's with diet, self-care, energy work, and exercise, which is so incredibly important, whilst continuously needing to change my body and get stronger, but making sure that my hormones are balanced. So I'm a lot more mentally clearer, focused, happier, healthier, less anxiety, less stress as well along the way, because health is holistic. It's not just one thing. It's absolutely everything. And if you're working really, really hard on your body, then it's really, really difficult. Like, as in, you're sticking to a training program, you're sticking to a diet or a nutrition program that's not in alignment with your body type and your specific menstrual cycle, then it's really easy for your hormones to get out of whack, and that can affect so many things. But it's specifically your mental health. So stress, anxiety, depression, all the things. I know I've been there many, many, many times. Now, so again, now during winter stage, we are slowing down. We're really listening to our bodies. We're doing lots of beautiful self-care. So maybe a lot more self-massages, a lot more sleep, a lot more rest. And like, I'm neurodivergent. I have ADHD. So I generally have a lot of energy. My mind's like, all the time. So I'm an overthinker. Drop me a comment below if you're an overthinker. And what will happen is that during this time, my brain clicks and I get really focused, and it's really easy for me to concentrate. So this can also affect how you work and what things you should do during this stage of your cycle. That's also going to benefit you, your work, and if you're you've got your own business, how you work in your business as well. So it's going to help determine what tasks that are going to be more suited for you during the stage. Then after that, summer, autumn, winter, spring. Okay. Spring is when you start to, like, it's so funny. It's like a click, right? Like, it switches. After your period is over, you go into spring, which is a different stage of your cycle, and then you get more energy. So it's automatically like, the sun comes out over the clouds. You get a lot more happier. Your happiness hormones start going up. You start to get a lot more energy. And this is when you can start to go back into strength training and start to do those activities again. So your exercises that are building, that aren't like at full strength, but you can slowly start to get there. So don't beat yourself up because you're like, oh my God, I was at this weight before and now I'm not, or I could do this the other week and now I'm not. Your body's going to change every single week of your cycle, every single month. You're not going to have the same energy levels. You're not going to have the same strength levels. So don't beat yourself up. And what's really important, that you're eating and exercising right for you, and you're doing the best self-care actions for you at whatever stage of the cycle that you're in. Like, it's got to be very, very specific to you and your needs, because everybody is different. And not only that, but as women, as people, we all have different body types. Okay, so we have different metabolism, we have different body shapes. So there's like the pear shape, the hourglass shape, etc. And I really feel like, and especially depending upon what culture you're in, what part of the world you're in, there's like specific beauty standards and beauty stupid beauty standards that everyone aspires to be. Well, most people aspire to be, right? Like, I know in the Western world, it's very much the hourglass figure, or like to be slim plus have an hourglass figure. In a lot of Asian countries, is be really, really stick, super thin. And if you genetically don't have that bone structure and you're trying to get your body into that shape, you're probably not going to be able to. So moral of the story is create your own freaking beauty standard. Love yourself from within, like feel really good from within, and just ensure that you're doing the things that are right for your mental, emotional, and physical health. And knowing that you've got to eat, exercise, do the self-care activities, right, in alignment for you at whatever stage of your menstrual cycle. And if you're over your menstrual cycle, then you've got another energetic cycle that is in alignment for you at your stage. Otherwise, you could be doing all the programs, the diets, etc., and you're not going to get the results. Or conversely, you could be really, really being destructive to your body. Like if you're doing a 6-week program or 8-week program and you're trying really hard and you're trying to stick to this specific diet or specific exercise program, what you could be doing instead inadvertently is increasing your cortisol, so your stress levels in your actual body, which slows down your metabolism, helps you hang on to fat. Or if you're trying to gain weight, it could help you to essentially it might mean that you're not actually able to put on the muscle that you're wanting because you're not eating right. There's this really annoying a misconception out there that we should be cutting down carbs. Like, carbs actually give us energy. And here's the thing, the more muscle mass you have, the faster your metabolism, so you can actually consume more, and it means that you're stronger. And longevity wise, down the track, what we want to be focusing on is we want to be focusing on getting as strong as possible, because then you can prevent injury as you get older. So you can do the basic things like pick up your groceries, pick up your kids, pick up your grandkids. If you're just you want to be a nomad for life, so you can pick up your luggages. That's what's really, really important. And if you're focusing on strength and you're focusing on getting as much muscle as, yes, right? And you're gaining as much muscle as possible, you actually look a lot better. There's so many fitness influencers out there. And I know I personally went through the same journey where I was doing all the things where I was like cutting out carbs, doing a lot of cardio, doing a lot of HIIT, a lot of Tabata workouts. And my body didn't look that great. Yes, I lost weight, but my body didn't actually get the shape that I wanted. And now I'm eating so much more. I'm eating a lot more protein. I'm eating a lot, not just protein. I am vegan, but I'm eating a lot, like making sure that I hit all my macros. So I make sure that I hit all my nutrient goals, but my body's completely changed as a result. So I actually, I'm quite lucky. I do have the hourglass figure, but it's just like really kind of morphed and curved out. And that's muscle mass. So it's a body confidence thing from inside out, because you can lose all the weight, be super, super fucking skinny, but not feel really good in yourself. Genuinely speaking, when you strength train and you focus on getting really, really strong and you're eating to fuel your body so you have the energy to do so, not only are you a whole lot stronger, but you also feel a lot more body confident, because you just, like, you're genuinely look in the mirror and you're like, oh my God, I'm so proud of the results I have achieved, rather than starving yourself to stay thin, which is a stupid fucking beauty standard. And it is also unsustainable longevity wise. I'm talking about when you're a lot older, if you're super skinny and you fall down, then you're like, God forbid it doesn't happen to you, but you're probably going to break bones. Whereas if you're focusing on strength, you're really fueling your body, you're making sure that your bones are really, really strong. And if you do fall down, then you've got the padding, the muscle to be able to that's protecting you and your bones are a lot stronger, so you're less prone to fracture and osteoporosis. So incredibly important. Now, if you are a woman and you are wanting to transform your body confidence, and you're really wanting to really focus on how can you have the body confidence mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually, so you feel really fucking good and full of energy from within, then drop me a comment below, because I am launching a self-love embodiment program, which covers all these things, and it covers all the things that I've spoken about in this live. If you're coming in on the end and you want to catch the beginning of it and you want to learn more about it,